What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Right, tough laws for them boys in the Windy City, 139 to 126, losing to the Bulls. This one hurt. This one hurt. For the first time in a long time, I'm going to say I was really upset with this loss. This Grover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you coming on. Rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to the boys, 139 to 126. The Big Cat, 44.16 rebounds. Big Task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to them boys in the Windy City, 139 to 126. The captain, 33 points, 8 assists. Vibes. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 139 to 126. PQ from BK. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. Tough loss for them boys. Tough loss for them boys. The third quarter of doom. That's what I'm going to call it. Knicks lost that third quarter 41 to 17, I believe. I want to make sure I got that right. 41 to 17. We lost that third quarter, man. They went 7 for 8 from 3. We went 0 for 8 from 3. And that's the ball game right there, man. That's the ball game. And to me, the Knicks had it rolling. It was an easy win. They were up by 9 on them boys. It was easy. The game was flowing smoothly. Khalid Pasha, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Hope all is well with you, sir. Big win for them, big loss from them boys. Excuse me. 139 to 126. What I saw in that third quarter, I saw a team that ran out of gas. I saw a team that was kind of, living off the momentum from what happened the other night. And towards the end here, man, that third quarter, you could tell they were gassed. They were gassed. They just did not have it at all. At all. And if you look at the game, we shot well from the field. We shot over 50% from the field. We shot well from the free throw line. We out-rebounded them. We got more points in the paint. I'm going to bring up the stats in a little bit. But it was a 3-ball. The 3-ball, man. We only made 8 of them things, so it's back-to-back games. We only made 8 3-pointers. They made 20, man. They made 20. They made 23 pointers, man. We only made 8. Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Harlem all day. Tough loss for them boys, 139 to 126. The Big Cat, 44.16 rebounds. They were gassed, man. They didn't have anything left in the tank. What happened the night before carried over into that third quarter. I mean, of course, it didn't help that they pretty much had to wait like half an hour to play again. But, it is what it is. There's no excuses tonight, but they were tired, man. It was obvious. Edward Walker, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Tough loss to them boys, 139 to 126. I hope all is going well with you, Edward Walker. Long time no see. The captain, 33 points, 8 assists. The Knicks were rolling, man. But they could not match that energy that Chicago was putting out there. They could not match that at all. Let's take a look at the highlights, guys. Of course, no one's going to want to see the highlights, but, we surveyed 100 people, man. Hope all is well. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 139 to 126. The Big Cat, 44.16 rebounds. They didn't have any energy, man. That's it. It's really nothing like, we could sit here and say, oh, they should have got out on the 3-point shots because Kobe White was hitting ridiculous shots, right? Those shots are pretty much unguardable. But I saw a team that they had more energy, man. They were ready to go. They were upbeat in that third quarter, man, and the Knicks had nothing left in the tank. Nothing. And to me, that, that comes back to a lot of different things, man. Comes back to a lot of different things that I'm gonna touch on in a minute. But you got to give credit to them boys, man. You got to give credit to them. They came out ready to go, man. They came out ready to go. And then they were playing like a lot of young players, too. A lot of young players. I kind of peeped like a couple of kids they had coming off the bench. They had like the kid Terry and a couple of other dudes they had coming off the bench, but like young cats. Young cats. Like they had this kid named Terry, then they had this kid named Phillips. You know what I'm saying? So they had like a couple of young dudes that were active. You understand what I'm saying? And so and that's something that we're having a hard time keeping up with. Right? Is these young boys. And so for me, that was the frustration. But so that's where, like, you know, I'm going to touch on what I think the issue is. And I think it's a clear one. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 139 to 126. The Big Cat, 44.16 rebounds. And so that, to me, that's what it came down to, man. It's just the third quarter, man. And then Kobe White just went ballistic. And of course, you know, Levine, you know, we've been having troubles with Levine for a minute now. Remember, he scorched us in the Garden. So you take a look at the stats right here. Look, guys, look. So like I said, 50% from the field, right? Both of us shot. But look at the three-pointers, man. 20 to 37, 8 for 30. That's the ball game right there, man. Free throws, 22 to 28. So we can't say any issues about fouls because I thought we were getting to the free throw line. We out-rebounded them 49 to 43. But look at the points in the paint, 72 to 46. But the third quarter, that was it, 41 to 17. 41 to 17. And that's it. I don't really think it's like really like anything that you should try to figure out. I don't think it's like that hard. Let me say this, right? And I want everybody to focus and pay attention here, right? Because I think this goes deeper than the game. Bigger than the game tonight. And as I'm watching the game, right, I'm starting to break down things, and I'm just thinking of everything that, you know, we've kind of been subjected to, or the team, just for certain things, right? So there's been a lot of issues out there about the minutes that were played last night. People were, of course, upset about that. I'm like, yo, man, like, this is crazy, LV. They playing all these crazy minutes. Like, yo, what's going on? Like, everybody's complaining about it. Knicks 100 GM, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Tough loss on the boys, 139 to 126. The captain, 33 points, 8 assists. You know, a lot of people saying, yo, you know, you got to play Daddy A. You got to play Hakaporte. You got to play, right? Yes and no. There's two sides to those coins. And let me tell you why. You don't throw those dudes out there now. Not at all. Because they're not ready right now, right? But the question is, why aren't they ready? Now, pay attention to what I'm going to say here, because I'm going to break it down. And this is going to be easy. Jeremy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live, 139 to 126. Tough loss for them boys in the Windy City. The Big Cat, 44.16 rebounds. When you assemble a team, right, you got to look for everybody that's going to be able to contribute. Everybody. From the guy at the end of the bench. So, the Knicks drafted Daddy A. They drafted him. The Knicks drafted Kolik, right? They went out and they got Okiki, right? Forgot about him, right? The kid they got from Orlando, actually. Dun Rose, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Long time no see. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Tough loss for them boys, 139, 126. The captain, 33 points and 8 assists, right? You have him. You also have a guy like TJ Warren down in the G League, right? So for people to say that the Knicks don't have players, they got players. They got bodies, man. They got bodies. Now, the problem that I'm having is because when I'm watching the league and I'm looking all over the league, I'm watching different games. I'm seeing different highlights. I'm seeing, you know, sometimes I kind of watch certain games here and there, just kind of to the Knicks play. I kind of see who's coming off the bench. Like, who do these guys have? Some of these dudes I don't even know. Young cats coming off the bench. Well, go on, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 139 and 126. The Big Cat, 44.16 rebounds. Right? So I see young guys coming off the bench getting busy. Like just putting up numbers, you know, dunks, layups, block shots, steals, whatever. They're active, young guys. So I see the Knicks and I see we're like super top heavy. And I'm like, yo, my man, like, and I'm thinking about, okay, I know we don't have the money. We're trying to figure out, but we do have people. It's not like we don't have anybody. We do have people. So I says, okay, you got TJ Warren down there. He's a solid pro. Why not bring him up instead of having Toppin on the bench? You got Okikio down there. He's a solid big wing. Like he was at Orlando. He was pretty good. He's solid. So then I had to look at the coach, man. I had to look at the coach because you drafted Dadier. You drafted Tyler Kolek. So the key is when you get these guys, you got to develop them because you're gonna need these guys. It's 82 games in a season. If you think you're gonna play your starters 40 minutes every night because you don't trust these guys, or you're trying to build up trust or whatever that is, like it doesn't work like that, man. Because I'm seeing, listen, like I said, we see OKC how who they're playing. They're not playing like guys that gain trust. He's throwing his young guys out there. We see it with Atlanta. We see it with everybody that's kind of playing all these young dudes. They're developing these guys. And they're not throwing these guys in the fire just say, okay, just go play tonight because we need you. No, they're developing these guys. So they're drafting these guys with the intent of playing these guys. But it's like with the Knicks and mainly Tibbs, they're drafting dudes and just putting them in the corner someplace and just letting your starters play a whole bunch of minutes, and you're only going 7, 8, 9 deep maybe. All these teams are going 10 deep, and you're losing you're getting ran out of the gym. These young boys are running circles around the Knicks, man. So, I've kind of been watching. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see. But the reality is, teams are going deeper, man. They're going deeper on their bench, and they're playing a lot of young guys. And however active they are, they're letting them play. They're letting them get out there. It doesn't matter. Like they're giving them experience because they know they're going to need these guys. And so if you drafted Dadier, develop Dadier. Get him ready so he could play. Develop Kolek to where he could back up Brunson. If that's the case, why even draft him? What do you draft them for? So what I'm saying is that you bring these guys in to do what? You're gonna need bodies, man. You're gonna because now look, you see Cat walking off, he limping off, and that's always been his thing. That's always been his kind of like Achilles heel. People have talked about this with Tibbs. He'll run these dudes into the ground. Everybody says that. And I got a little secret for you guys, right? The urban legend out there, right? Pay attention. Is that he's the reason why Derrick Rose towards ACL because Tibbs was running them into the ground. That was the rumor. I'm not saying it was true. I'm not saying, but that's what was circulating out there. Everyone was saying that. Just so happens the kid had a tribute tonight. His career was cut short because, injuries and stuff like that. But when did it start? It started with Tibbs. Right, so with that being said, we see Cat limping off. Now Deuce is walking around with a poor hamstring. You see what? So once again, right? Everything is great when we're winning. Everything is great, but then you got to start evaluating things because listen, man, look, they just played 40 minutes last night. All of them. He's not putting guys in the game because you don't trust them. But the question still remains: when are they going to get your trust, Tibbs? How? Remember, the big issue was that he wouldn't play Obi. Remember that issue? Him and Obi had an issue. Remember after the game, he wasn't playing Obi like that. When Randall was playing like straight hot garbage, he wouldn't play Obi. And there were some issues going on behind the scenes. If you want to know the history, let's go back. Worldwide West and those dudes, they made some moves to get Obi out of here, and they set Obi up and put him someplace where they know he's going to play. But a lot of people felt Obi should have got more minutes. But Tibbs wouldn't do it. Tibbs wouldn't do it. PL, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Tough loss on the boys, 139 and 126. The Big Cat, 44 points, 16 rebounds. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not, you know what I mean? And once again, this is not saying guys shouldn't play. What I'm saying is when you get guys on your team, when you make a decision, you say, yo, look, we're gonna have these guys on the bench. You gotta have the mindset with these guys playing. Everybody's going 10 deep, man. Everybody. So where your guys aren't gassed. So it ain't so much the practice time that's squashed. We already figured out that that's not what's happening. It's the fact that you're not playing anybody. You need another wing that can score, and that's a big wing. You got TJ Warren down there in G League. Why don't you bring him up? Why don't you bring him up? You got another big wing out there, and Okiki. You know he could defend. That's one thing he's known for is defending. Why don't you bring him up, Tibbs? We need extra bodies. Send Jacob Toppin down there. You ain't playing him. You don't trust Big Sims no more. Okay, cool. Why not play Akaporte? You don't feel he's ready? Okay, cool. Why not develop these guys as soon as you get them? Because you know you're going to need them. So this is bigger than putting them in now. Like, they're not ready now. They're not ready now. Like, we already know that. They're not ready. That's why they're not playing. But it's your job as a coach and as a staff, scouting, all that other stuff. This goes to the top and to Tibbs. You got to get these guys in here, get them ready, so when the season starts, they're ready to go. Because you know you're going to need them to play minutes. No one's saying play these guys 80 minutes. 48 minutes or 28 minutes. No one's giving them guys like 10 to 12 minutes a game. Oh, Garris, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for the boys, 139 to 126. The captain, 33 points, 8 assists. So I'm breaking all this down because they're not getting no contributions from the bench, man. None. We don't know when Mitch is coming back. Campaign is average. I never understood the campaign deal because they just drafted Kolek. So I never understood that. But okay. That's scouting, and that's Tibbs, and that's, they figure that stuff out. But you bring in TJ Warren. You bring in Okiki. Okay, cool. These guys are going to be on a bench. Cool. You bring in Shaman. Cool. All right, so cool. So we can go 10, 11 deep. But you don't play these guys. You send them down to the G League, let them sit and rest. And then you say, oh, nah, I'm gonna play all these guys 45 minutes and only play 2 or 3 dudes a night. Yo, my man, what? I'm just saying. And this is just not me. I'm looking around the league, man. And it's not just one team. It's a lot of teams that are playing young guys. They're playing these guys. And I'm not talking about bum teams. I'm talking about teams that are like contenders, like good teams. OKC went 10 deep last night. Like, one kid came off the bench. He was a lefty. He was putting pressure on us. I was like, who's that? Young kid. Scored a couple of baskets. He didn't play that much. He might have played maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes, but he made an impact. So that's all LV's saying. I'm not saying you put these guys in now because they're not ready now. What I'm saying is when you draft players and you bring players in, you should be bringing them in with the mindset like, yo, he's going to contribute some way, somehow. But you don't just send them off to the G League, or you just put these guys at the end of the bench saying, I'm only playing these 2 guys. And then you try to blame it on the fact that Mitch isn't here and Deuce is hurt. So this is why I can only, no. That's BS, man. LV almost lost here for a second. I almost let one off. Because that's BS, man. You got to make adjustments during the season. It's a long season. So, knock on wood, if someone goes down, you could say, yo, all right, cool. I know TJ Warren is ready because he's been playing, so he can kind of steady the ship until someone, right? I'm just saying. So all I'm saying, man, is look, if you're going to bring these guys on, bring on guys that you know you're going to play. How about that? Let me say that. Bring on guys that you know you want to put out there. Because we're going to need to go 10 deep, man. It's a long season. So we're going to need to go 10 deep. We're going to have to, because we got to spell some guys. If we don't know what's going on with Mitch, if we don't know because of whatever's going on with Mitch, what and Sims is whatever, then develop Acapulco. Let Acapulco play center. Not saying you throw him out there now. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you knew Mitch would not be ready and you drafted Acapulco, develop him to back up Towns until Mitch gets back. That's what you do. And you weather that storm, especially with Precious having that pulled hamstring. We already know what Sims is, man. We already know what he is. But he's not playing him. Why? Why? Because the biggest thing we've always heard, yo, man, he got gained Tibbs' trust. Yo, my man, come on, man. Come on. This is not 1985, man. This is not back in the 90s, my man. This is a new league, a new era. These kids is coming out ready to go. Everybody else is playing their young guys. Everybody else is developing these young guys. We need reinforcements. We don't have the money to go out and get anybody. You know why? We gave up 5 picks for Bridges, and we're paying Towns $50 million. Like, we don't have the cheese, man. We don't have the bread. So what are we gonna do? All right, yo, look, you see them G League cats down there getting busy? Bring them cats up. Let's see how they do. I don't know. You know, I got. You know, they got nothing, man. I'm gonna say this, and I hope everybody's listening. Tibbs better be on point, man. Because I said it before, and I'm going to say it. This is his last shot, man. This is his last shot. This is the best team he's ever had. And if he doesn't manage this the right way, he's going to have a really, really difficult time getting any other job out there. Eddie Kofi, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. Tough loss to them boys, 139 to 126. The captain, 33 points, 8 assists. Tibbs has got one shot. This is it, man. This is it. But it's like he's going out on his shield, man. He's doing the same things that guy that ran him out of Chicago, that ran him out of Minnesota. It's like he hasn't learned his lesson, man. So I'm just saying. I can't even blame it on them boys tonight, man, because I saw a team that just it's a back-to-back, man. I saw them tired, man. I saw they just did not have anything left. Anything. That third quarter of doom, man, that was it, 41 to 17. That was a team that was gassed. We just seemed to step slow. And with a young, vibrant team like this, that's playing young guys and they like to run and stuff like that, you're going to have a hard time keeping up, man. Because their energy was on 10. It's like they had a full tank of gas and we was on E. That's what I saw. And so to me, you know, like I said, you know, when I started this soliloquy here, this goes a lot deeper, man. This goes a lot deeper than just, you know, throw guys out there, just put them out there, just play them. It ain't that, man. It's not that. You got to really start looking at the whole situation of developing guys to where you can have guys spell your players to where your players are able to handle these back-to-backs. If you're playing a team, if you're playing these guys 40 minutes the night before and you're saying, all right, cool, that's what it is, you got to have these young guys ready to go for a night like tonight because that's who you could use. You could maybe use a guy like TJ Warren to come out there and really, you know, score some buckets. A guy like Tyler Cole to run the offense to really, because that's what it is. Sometimes your starters may not have it, but the backups, they're the ones that kind of help give you a jolt, give you a boost, or something like that. So tonight was a bad night, man, but I just saw a team that just didn't have it at all. They were gassed, man. And so, yes, it's on the players. Players got to play better. They know that. You know what I mean? So we ain't going, but what I'm saying is you got to look at the leader too. Because if you really thought that this team was going to really have it on a back-to-back, you playing them 40 plus minutes, they think they're going to play again? No, man. So he's got to start developing guys. He's got to start maybe bringing guys up that are ready to go. If you don't trust Kolek, you don't trust any of these guys because of whatever, cool. Tibbs, you want to develop trust, cool, whatever. Why don't you go with a seasoned vet, a guy that has played well in this league, has been a good scorer in this league, and TJ Warren, bring him up here. Let him help out on the bench. Do that. Bring up another young guy, Okiki, that's known to be a good defender. He's a big wing. He's about 6'8". Bring him up there. Let's see how it's. But Tibbs is like, nah, it's like he's got PTSD, man. He don't want to play these guys because I don't know what's in his head. But what I do know is whatever he's done as a coach, he hasn't won. And being an assistant coach someplace doesn't count. That doesn't count. I'm talking about you manning the ship. He hasn't won, man. He hasn't won. Even with that Derrick Rose team, he didn't win anything. So you haven't proven that you can win. I don't care about Coach of the Year awards. You have not proven that you can win. So maybe your style, you got to change some things up. So maybe you're going to have a little bit more trust. So I like what he's done. I love how he's changed things. But what I'm saying is that you're going to have to adjust with the times too. And not having feasible backups is a coaching issue. Because guys get injured all the time. We're not the only team where guys get injured. But even Orlando, right? They go deep in their bench. They play guys. They go deep in their bench. I think they go like 11, 12 deep. Orlando does. Oh, and for a record, Bonchero's back, so we got him Monday. Here we go. But so I'll go through the schedule a little later. But I'm just saying, right? So you got these guys. So that's my point. Like you gotta change with stuff like that because you're gonna need your guys when it matters, man. You can't play every game like it's the NBA Finals, man. And you're giving everything, like yo, we got to win this game. We got everything's not the finals, my man. Like everything can't be that. And so you're gonna have to play guys and really have trust in them. You're gonna have to develop that, man. You can't just have trust in your starters, man. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? So it's just he's gonna have to change some things. And it's not that I don't think the Knicks have the pieces. I think we do have some guys that could produce, but it's just a matter of the coach bringing them up, or the coach putting them in, or the coach believing in them, or whatever the issue is, or how Tibbs is. We know that. But it all starts from day one. It all starts from day one from you drafting guys. You guys start getting guys ready. So that's all I'm saying. So let's hear from the coach, man. Let's hear from him. I've been talking about him for the longest. Let's hear from him.
A couple shots, and we were slow getting back, and they closed the gap right away. And then it was uphill battle after that. Then we got some life in the fourth, cut it, I think, to 6, and had a shot, but fell short.
The total of last night's game, do you think it impacted today at all?
Yeah, I think probably some, but back-to-backs are part of the league, and you couple that with they were off for 3 days, so I knew they were going to be high energy. And, I thought offensively we scored plenty. Defensively, we have to do better.
So much energy to come back and to cut it to 6. Is it just hard to get over that final hump and get there?
Yeah, they're a good offensive team. They got rhythm, and so the challenge is that they can score quickly. If you score and you jog back, or you complain to an official, they're racing it up, and so that's where we could be better. And I knew this would be as much a mental challenge as a physical one, and so overall, we just went through a pretty tough stretch in terms of where we were with the schedule. I think we're +6 to the road, 5 out of the last 6 on the road. So now we got a chance to, go home and, obviously there's a lot of things that we have to work on and clean up.
Okay, so if you noticed there during that interview, right? Tibbs mentioned the fact that he felt that last night had an impact tonight. But he said, to cover it up, he said, but that's the league. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of like, have, everyone plays back-to-backs and all this other stuff. You got, right? But he's able to identify that. So he's realizing that they got the best of them tonight because, they didn't have really any legs. So where do you get better as a coach, man? Certain things, he's going to have to change some things, man. He's going to have to change some things. And then another thing also too, man, Precious is not a center. He's not. You know what I'm saying? And you want to put him out there because you trust him. You're going to have to bring on Acapulco, man. You're going to have to help him come along faster. And now it's not fair because Acapulco is probably not ready, but he could have been ready. That's the thing. He could have been ready if you would have kind of said, okay, he's going to be our backup until Mitch gets here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it's going to be because Sims ain't cut it neither. So you got to say to yourself, all right, look, we're going to make this kid our backup, right? Because we're trying to win games. So, and also, too, we can't have Towns playing like 40-plus minutes. Towns got to play anywhere between like 35 to 36, right? He's got to be in that range. And then also, too, we got to bring Lone Kolick, too. This is why we drafted these guys, right? So if we don't feel Dadier's ready yet, he's only 18. Okay, cool. We got to let's have TJ Warren come off the bench for us. We know he can produce. Keep Shaman in the flow, right? And keep Precious Achua. So it's 5 guys right there. That's 5 guys I just named. TJ Warren, Kolick, Precious Achua. I just forgot. Did I say Deuce? I don't think I said Deuce. Helvy's going to say I'm going crazy. I don't think I even said Deuce. We still got Deuce. Still got Shaman. Right? So I think it might up being like 6, but still, that's 11 players that you have coming off the bench. Right? You add on Deuce because I forgot to even say that. So what I'm saying is that so all those things, because that's going to help throughout the season, man. That's going to help. And here's my thing. We could sit here and say that they're bums or these guys aren't good enough. We could say this. But my thing is then why the Knicks pick them up? Then why the Knicks even put them on a team? See, so once again, this goes back to scouting and all this other stuff. So we can't say these guys stink. So what are they on the team for? So you're just putting guys on the bench so they can't play? So what's the point in getting them? You only going 7 to 8 deep? So I'm just saying, so that this is all about development, man. This is all about development. And my thing is like that should have started as soon as you drafted these guys, as soon as you brought these guys in. You should have had the mindset that I'm gonna need these guys to contribute this year. Not contribute in the G League. I'm gonna need these guys to contribute. Because if someone goes down, I need guys ready to put right in that position. Because not for nothing, we don't have the money or the cap to go out and really get somebody. And we don't know when Mitch is coming back. You understand what I'm saying? So that should have been the mindset. You know what I'm saying? So all these different things, man. He's got to. I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's gonna be that's gonna be the Achilles heel, and we knock on wood. We pray that Cat is okay. You know what I'm saying? That's big. That's big because we got Byron Sherrill on a Monday. So I'm gonna go over the schedule in a second, but things are about to get a little sticky. Even though we're home playing a lot of tough teams. All right, man, let's go in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Eddie Kofi says we have a 15-man roster for a reason. Agreed, sir. Agreed. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to – but you know what? Eddie, the biggest thing of all of it is this man. You can't just throw guys in if guys aren't ready to go, right? So that's why as soon as you pick up guys in the offseason, you bring guys onto the team, you should have the mindset these guys are going to contribute for us. Not I'm going to stack these guys at the end of the bench. You already got guys at the end of the bench. You got Jacob Toppin, and you got Matt Ryan. You got those dudes at the end of the bench. But those other set of guys, those other 4 guys, they should be ready to play. Those other 5 guys, whatever. Those guys should be guys that should be getting minutes. And I don't care if it's 7 to 12 minutes. They got to play, man. They got to play. Vibes has told y'all by March, all of our starters are going to be hurt. The Tibbs effect is real. Here we go. Here we go. Big Taz question: can you bench the coach? Yo, man, it's crazy, right? It's crazy with Tibbs, man. Tibbs piece. Clay Pastor said the guys are tired, man. They were tired tonight. You can clearly see it tonight that they were tired after that first half. Yeah, you can see it, man. It caught up to him. It was very evident. Vibe says, bro, we got blown out by the Bulls. I think they won 10 games or so this season so far. Now, they've won about 16 games, man. But I know what you're saying. Big Chad says now the Bulls are going to think that they're special. Yeah, I hear that, man. Khalid Pastor said players had no legs. No, they didn't, man. They didn't. Their legs were shot. Totally. That's in that third quarter. You saw it. Vibe said the starters are tired. We don't have a bench. Tibbs is not playing the bench. We're doomed. Vibe said they will be tired from now on, LV. Yeah, man. It's going to be ill, man. Khalid Pasha, Leon's got to make a move. But what move, though, Pasha? What move? That's the question. What move? Listen, man, we're 500 grand from the second apron, man. We don't want to go in that second apron because then we're limited. We can't do anything. So we're 500 grand from that. So that's the key. So what move is he going to make? I'm just saying. Knicks 100 Jim said we hit on all our picks this year. You got to be patient. Yo, my man, no. See, you saying patient. My man, listen. If you pick players, right, and you bring players in, right, because you realize also too, Knicks 100 Jim, you have no bench, right? You have no bench. You gave up DiVincenzo, Randall's gone, IQ's gone. All these guys that Grimes, all these guys that were What's going on, people? Can you guys still hear me, man? How's my sound? 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 Is everybody still in here? I apologize. Yo, see, LV's having technical difficulties also too, man. Just like the Knicks. Yeah, everything's okay. I apologize. You can hear me now? It's crazy, man. I apologize, man. See, everything's going haywire. See, you see the Knicks stunk it up tonight. Everything's going good. Listen, check it out. You see, even I'm tired. See, even my systems are tired. See, Tibbs got everybody running. Everybody's shutting down. You see that? Tim said, yo, that's a sign Tibbs got to go. See, everybody getting tired. See, everybody's on E right now. See? Oh, man, that's crazy. I apologize, everybody. Listen, I appreciate everybody, man. I truly, truly do, man. This is why we're a family, man. I appreciate y'all. Oh, man, that's crazy. Look at Vibes. Vibes like, yo, what's going on? See? I'm looking like the Knicks in the third quarter, man. It's finished. What is it? It was almost 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We up here beefing because, yo, it's crazy. The reality of all of it is this, man. You know, you got guys on the bench, man. You got guys that you can rely on. And the thing is that because it's a long season, it's an 82-game season, you got to say to yourself, all right, cool. I got to rely on these other guys, man. I have to, because eventually I'm going to need them. And so that's where the development comes from in the beginning. You got to develop these guys and know that, listen, these are the guys I'm going to need. I'm going to need these guys. Everybody else is doing it. So if you see everybody else is doing it and you're not doing it, you're still doing the same thing, of course you're going to have a night like you had tonight, where guys just don't have it in the third. And then, once again, knock on wood, you hope Towns is okay, right? Because this has been vintage Tibbs. He plays his guys till they break, and then guys get hurt and all this other stuff. Guys have hamstring issues, right? I'm just saying, this is a typical Tibbs thing, man. So it's not by accident this stuff happens. It's not by accident. It's like clockwork. All you got to do is count and just wait. And then something's going to happen like this. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy is so stubborn, he just can't change his ways. So you're going to have to change some things, man, because like I said, this is it for him. This is it. This is it. This is his last shot at the cake, man. This is it. And if he don't get this popping, he going to have a problem, man, because he's got everything. They went out and they got him OG Anunoby, right? That's what he wanted, right? He wanted a big, strong wing, right? Similar to Luol Deng, right? They got him. They went out and got Mikal Bridges. They went out and got Jalen Brunson for him. They went out and got Karl-Anthony Towns, right? So look at this. They went out and got Josh Hart. He wanted Josh Hart, right? He didn't want Cam Reddish. They got rid of Cam Reddish to bring in Josh Hart for him. So they're assembling everybody for him. Remember, guys, let's be honest. Like, let's talk about it. Listen, remember, we were supposed to get Spider. Remember that? The rumor was we didn't go get Spider. You know why? He didn't want to give up Grimes. That's what stopped the deal. And then that's when Ainge made a deal overnight with Cleveland. Bang, bang, boom, Spider's in Cleveland. He didn't want to be there. He wanted to be in New York. I heard that deal was deaded because Tibbs did not want to give up the Grimes, right? So once again, everything is being done for him. I'm telling you, man. So this is it for him. So he better figure it out. Because once again, we know we complain about having extra guys. We have the bodies, man. We have people. It's not like we don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really coming down to him really making the right moves and making the right adjustments to make sure guys aren't tired, bringing certain guys up to play certain minutes. That's all him, man. That's all him. He's running the ship. He's the captain here. So now we're going to hit a crazy stretch. Let me bring up the schedule really quick, man, for everybody, man. Sorry about this. Let me see, make sure. I had it up, man. I had it up rocking and rolling. But okay, I think I'm good here. All right, cool. Let me bring this up for you guys, man. All right, look. So I got the schedule here. This is going to be the schedule going forward, man. All right, so if you take a look at everything, right, we got Orlando, then Toronto, right? Then we got, let me see here. Sorry, make my screen bigger. Okay, then we got OKC next Friday, right? Then we got Milwaukee. Then we got Detroit, right? Then we got Philly. Then we got Minnesota. Then we got Atlanta again, right? So that schedule right there, that's going to be a gauntlet. We're only going away one game, but really we're kind of home because we're just going down to I-95 to Philly, right? Excuse me. So that's it. So the rest of those games are home, but that's a gauntlet. Those are legit teams we're playing. We're not playing any bums. So this can go really well, or this can go south very quickly. Right? So I'm just saying, man. So that schedule right there tells you everything. And we got to really be honest with ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even a matter that we can't run with these teams. We can. But the reality is that if everybody else is playing 10, 11 dudes, and they're fresh in the fourth quarter, and we're not fresh because you're playing guys 40 minutes on back-to-back nights. On a back-to-back, like you gotta manage your lineup better than that. But this has been the issue with him, man. This has been the issue with him. And so, yes, they didn't have it in the third quarter. Of course they didn't have it, man. Of course they didn't have it. So now he's got to start looking at himself, and he's got to really start managing things and really kind of start changing some things up because, listen, they're not going to get rid of the whole team if this don't work. They're not going to get rid of the whole team. They're going to get rid of somebody. So we're going to have to see what happens here. Knicks 100 said, LV, man, we hung with a team missing its second best player on back-to-back. Listen, man, look. All I'm saying is this. We can sit here and go back and forth all day, man. But we got to win games. We got to win games. We don't win games, it impacts somebody. Right? So that's all I'm getting at. That's all I'm getting at, man. So you see the schedule right here. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough going forward. Even though it's home, it's going to be tough. So we got to see us bounce back, and we got to kind of bring things together because, listen, man, it's going to start getting real now. It is. And I'm not even worried about the whole Mitch piece. When Mitch come back, Mitch come back. But until then, we got to kind of keep this thing rocking. I don't know when Deuce is coming back because he's got a hamstring issue. So we know how those can linger. So then who do we just going to roll with Shamit and Campaign? He might have to bring up a guy like TJ Warren. He might have to bring up Okeke. He might have to bring up those two guys, man, to help spell guys and also be firepower coming off the bench offensively and defensively because Okeke can play defense. He can. That's what he was known for in Orlando. So I'm just saying, he's going to have to make some adjustments. He just is. Because you can't continue to run your guys out there for 40 minutes a night and guys are tired and you're playing against top competition. You're getting run off the court by young boys because that's what's happening. So we got to see what's happening, man. But listen, I'm going to be back Monday to discuss the Orlando game, so please come through and check it out. All right, but listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button, hit that like button, people. Right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me, and you're watching this on replay, please subscribe to the channel. All right, and also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, but listen, people, that's my show. I'm LV Live, Tough Loss for them boys, 139 and 126. I will be back Monday, man, so please come through and check it out. All right? But listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.